I was studying, I was paying about £3,000, just over £3,000. With it now at 8.5, they really need to deliver an effective course, or they need to deliver effectively to students. Now, according to the recently published NSS results, we've got roughly a quarter of students that are dissatisfied with their courses that the UCA supply to them. Now, we've got a new course representative system, which has been working this year, and there's a staff restructure, which has happened this year as well. With the combination of them, monitoring of them, and the pushing of them for their efficiency and success, we should be able to deliver a course and an experience that is worth £8,500. But this quarter of students being dissatisfied needs to be stamped out. We really need to push these two systems to make sure that they deliver for the students.
From my opinion, the first thing that the university needs to do is to cut out what I kind of describe as the bells and whistles. They've got a lot of kind of tendency to try and push things that they think you would find at every single big university, and think that these sort of like flashy little add-ons are exactly what students want, and they're just really unnecessary. They're becoming a massive drain on resources and not really delivering as much as they want. They're sort of trying to do all these things on the cheap, and they're not coming out properly. The other thing is to cut out the waffle and delay that the university's really guilty of. With it being a small university, they should be able to be adaptive and quick to make decisions, and at the moment they're not. It's the most frustrating thing for any student to sit and see an issue go nowhere for 6 months to a year, and for it to just linger on. I mean, it breeds that phrase I hear an awful lot of, typical UCA. And I think they should accept the kind of two things that students do come here for. They have come here for this course. That is their prime concern, but they've also come here about their sort of social aspect as well, and it's about combining both of these. The student is looking to come here to learn things about that course, and also to learn things about themselves as they push them sort of out of the end of being a teenager through to being an adult. And the same for sort of people who are not in that kind of position. They're still coming here to meet people who are like-minded. You come to a creative arts university to meet creative people and to push yourself through in that aspect. And I think the main thing they need to do is they need to listen to what the students have to say. They need to explain things to them really clearly, and they need to actually commit to this idea of being partners properly and with meaning, rather than the sort of half-hearted way that I think they're doing it at the moment.
I feel that the UCA, they definitely need to improve communication, like between students and the pupils. Like, that's really poor at the moment, as well as like students and the union itself. No one uses it to the full capacity that they should, and with that being improved, like, it's definitely will be good for the students. I really have no idea what to say. Can I just...
Well, I think from Epsom point of view, there needs to be more of a social side, as I've said before, for the university, especially to justify the £8,500. As well, I mean, I think there's a bit of disorganisation on courses. I mean, personally, I would say there's disorganisation on my course, and I know that others feel the same. And also, I think that students just need to have more of a say at the university. I mean, if they're paying more, they need to be made more part of the university, and they need to get involved a lot more, set up more societies, and just help change the university to make it a best place.
I think they should build car parks and swimming pools and football pitches. No, obviously not. I agree with pretty much everyone this way. Skate parks. No, like coming from this way, I agree with all of that, and I'm just kind of lucky to be sitting here, so I can agree with it all. But no, I think you have to remember with tuition fees. Okay, the tuition fees have risen for students, but the uni isn't getting any more money. They're getting the same amount of money, if not less. So they have to consolidate. They are consolidating. Now, by that, I don't mean course cuts. I don't mean losing lecturers. I don't mean losing the staff-student ratio or anything like that. I mean just simple good management, as I think it was Stephen and Dean was saying. I also think that the union has to step in as well. We need to get good at this. We need to get good at clubs and socks. I agree with you. We need to feed clubs and socks into academic life, I think, and have good... I'd say, for example, in Maidstone, the Life Drawing Society, or in Maidstone, the Prince Charles Film Club, which feeds into the video arts production course, and getting that embedded in academic life, instead of struggling with, I mean, football, obviously, and rugby and everything, that's really great as well. But I think using the academic life as a touch base to kind of spring off that and create clubs and societies out of that. And the course rep system, I mean, for me, it is one of my priorities in my manifesto and everything like that. I really want to continue to reform it and make sure that students, when they've got day-to-day problems, have someone to go to, a student, not a staff member, who can then take it forward to us or wherever it needs to go to be resolved. So there's a lot of different things we can do as a union, and there's a lot of different things the university can do. So yeah, I agree with all of that, really.
And I agree with everybody. No, I think the simple answer to what can the university do to make this university, as we have quite almost unanimously decided, is not currently worth £8,500. The real answer, unfortunately, is not much. The university isn't getting many more benefits from this higher rise. All that's happening is that it's going back into the government deficit plan, which is absolutely criminal, because it's basically those people who have no money are being forced to pay. But, however, and as Luke hinted, there are certain things that can be done that don't require money, they just require sort of streamlining the whole process. And Steve's sort of limit between the study side of a university and the social side of a university is incredibly important. However, at UCA, this is an arts college. This is an arts university, sorry. And it's not so much about the grade, and it's more about the realm of personal development that you get throughout that time, the contacts that you make, and the progress that you make in your art and your work in general. That's key. And if we can't provide any form of progress, then we might as well just go home and say, just hang up our hats. As far as flashy add-ons go, I think that universities' sort of quick turnaround speed has actually been demonstrated quite well in the staff redundancies that we're seeing at the moment. So I think there's something that could maybe be looked at in that area. But as far as general decision-making goes, quick decisions often cost more on a sort of success level and on a monetary level than decisions made over a slower time. So we need to really temper our aspirations as far as the university goes, and that's, as Luke has said, where the union steps in. We are the social side of the university, and we're the representatives of the student body. So we need to be doing a double sort of impact, in the sense of we need to be showing the university that they're not worth £8,500, and we need to be sort of saying, you're not worth £8,500, your social life is absolutely terrible. You've got campuses without bars, you've got campuses where bars are closing. Let us help you. Let us do our thing, because to be fair, we're all ex-students. We know how to have a good time.